This is Roy, the history teacher, and I want to welcome you back to my Ultimate General Civil War campaign. This campaign is being fought on Brigadier General Plus difficulty using the JMP Rebalance mod version 1.29.1. This video is a little different today as it is not a battle because I took so many casualties at the Battle of Antietam, which you can see on the screen. This little short video is simply to highlight the reorganization and the rebuild that I have done to get ready to continue the campaign. You can see on the screen there, and if you've watched the video, Antietam was basically a bloodbath for me. I lost 28,260 of my 66,000 infantry, and I lost 43 guns. That's unusual for me. I don't normally lose a lot of guns. And then I also lost 1,494 casualties. Now, I did inflict significant damage, and I got the victory. I took out 45,082 of the Union's 79,301 infantry. I took out 120 guns, 1,311 casualties, and also captured 12,521. But I still took a lot of casualties, so I have not done any modifications yet, and we're going to take a look at where we are in the Army right now. So coming out of the battle, the first thing is that Royce King, my avatar, was promoted to Lieutenant General. And you can see here, many of these brigades have suffered badly. General Braxton, my 1st Division commander, was wounded. Rhodes's brigade lost 759 men. Forrest Brigade lost 618. Breckinridge's brigade lost 803. Garnett was wounded. He lost over 1,000 men. Mott's artillery battalion had 24 Napoleons when the battle started, and he lost 498 men and 18 guns. And that brigade was basically defending that left flank at the West Woods. Armistead in Jackson's division, Armistead's brigade, not too bad, but Page's brigade, 736 casualties. Marston's brigade, 609. Barksdale's brigade lost 779 men. Darden's rifle battalion lost 8 guns. Walker's artillery battalion lost 10 guns. And so you can basically see where we're at. Spears's brigade lost 382 men. He did take out 1,442. Even lost 3 guns in Polk's light horse artillery battalion. Johnson's corps, which was defending the sunken road, is in even worse shape. You can see some of these brigades are just down to regiment strength. Law's brigade there lost almost 1,200 men. Drayton's brigade 670. Hatch's brigade 876. Crocker's brigade lost over 1,000 men. So I knew, and this same here in Peace's division, so I knew coming out of the battle that I would have to do some rebuilding. General Force was also taken out. Hill's Corps, some of the brigades that were able to get up to the sunken road because of the huge push that came at sunken road took some serious casualties. Others are not in too bad a shape. And then A.P. Hill's corps that came in, you can see here, this was the division that went to the sunken road that kind of saved the day at the sunken road. They all earned a star. This division took no losses because this was the division that I left to hold that south bridge there at Burnside Bridge where there never was a push. So based on what we're seeing there, and we'll go ahead and we'll look in the barracks and check out all of the wounded. So you can see you got Haney is wounded, Crocker's wounded, Marston is wounded, Drayton is wounded, Barksdale is wounded, and Force is wounded. Everybody else that is missing is killed. So we're going to have to do a rebuild. So Garnett, I think I said Garnett was wounded. Garnett was killed. So with that being said, let's take a look here. We have 18,660 recruits, but we also had 6,979 veterans in the veterans pool with 9,495, and that's going to become key as I rebuild from these major losses. So I've already done the rebuild, so I'm going to go ahead and load my rebuild, and let's take a look at what I've done here. I took this opportunity to do a complete reorganization of the Army. And a couple of other campaigns I've been playing, I had decided to go with smaller artillery battalions, and instead of having a large artillery brigade of 24 guns, to kind of split that up in between rifled, and try to give every division some rifled artillery and also some smoothbore artillery. So this is post rebuild, and there was a lot of merging, and we got some new brigades, and so I have shifted to a 3 infantry brigade, 2 artillery brigade build here for my corps. So you can see Rhodes Brigade with units merged into it maintains its 2nd star and is now at 1,702 men. Breckinridge's brigade is almost at a 2nd star, and Breckinridge's brigade is actually a double merge. If you look here, you can see it's a merge, so there was 3 units placed in that one. Manson's brigade was rebuilt. Richard Garnett's artillery battalion here, this was Mott's battalion because Mott was killed, and so this is now my 2-star smoothbore with 13 guns. Why 13, you say? That was the max number that I could give them. And Darden's rifle battalion was my rifle battalion, and it just stayed at 16 guns. All the other artillery was disbanded and rebuilt into 12 or 14 gun batteries. So now you can see A.P. Hill, who had commanded the Reserve Corps, is now commander of my 1st Division, with Rhodes, Breckinridge, Manson, and then Garnett's artillery and Darden's artillery. Jackson maintains command of my 2nd Division with Armistead, Page, and you can see Page's brigade was merged, Weeks' brigade was merged, and then he's going to have battle with Napoleons and Piat with ordnance rifles. Longstreet will have Kershaw, Pickett, and Stokes with Walker with Napoleons and Kennedy with 3-inch ordnance rifles. And then I brought John Bell Hood's division over to King's Corps with Iverson, Pugh, Wofford, and with Loomis with Napoleons and Peabody with 3-inch ordnance rifles. Finally, I was able to rebuild the cavalry brigade, Anderson's brigade with Sharp's carbines, and Spear's brigade, which was merged with Colt 1860 armies. The light horse battalion, I didn't add any guns back, and we still have the 1st Georgia and the 30th Virginia battalion sharpshooters here. Now, I have placed Robert E. Lee, who was a battle award for Antietam in command of 2nd Corps. If you watch the Antietam video, I was aggravated with Albert Johnson's avatar because he ran away from the sunken road and ran all the way to the edge of the map, so basically he got fired. I placed him in command of the Reserve Corps, which has nobody right now. But Lee now has 2nd Corps, Lee's Corps, with Hazen, and we have other units being merged because remember 2nd Corps was in just as bad a shape, if not worse, than 1st Corps. So he has Weeks. Drayton's brigade is a merged brigade. It's not a double merged. Lane's artillery with Napoleons, and then we have rifles. Bragg's division, which is all merged units. I was trying to maintain the veterancy and then just build new brigades to fill in, like we're going to see down in Hayes's division. Have Stanley with Napoleons and Morton with rifles. Peace's brigade, we have more merged units, as you can see, with Owens with Napoleons, Doles with rifles. This is a brand new division. So Taliaferro, Law, and Mahoney, all these troops are carrying rifles because I had so many casualties and I recovered so many weapons that I had rifles to give. So these are all brand new brigades, but I did some maneuvering because I was more concerned with making sure that my new units got their first perk than I was with maintaining the battles led. So some of my veteran commanders have been placed into brand new brigades to get them the perk. And we also have Sully with Napoleons, and then Martin with 10-pound Parrots. And Forrest has the division of cavalry and skirmishers with Hexhammer, Baldwin, King's light artillery, the Palmetto sharpshooters, and the 17th Alabama Battalion. Hill's Corps now with Latimer's division, Pogue's division, and then I have two colonels here, and I'm going to still do some reorganization here because you can see that because of the way I was set up for Antietam, I have a few extra skirmishers, and I believe that I may end up doing a little disbanding here. And notice here that Grigsby's brigade is still kind of short. I've pushed everybody over 1,700. Ziegler is short. But something has happened to me in this rebuild that has never happened to me in the game before. And if you look right here, you'll see what it is. I had taken so many casualties but was awarded so much money for that victory at the Battle of Antietam that I have managed to rebuild, and I have no recruits and I have no veterans. I have used everybody in my pool to get them into the army to get ready for the next series of battles, and I don't think I have ever done that before. I do have 9,495 wounded that will move, a portion of them will move into the veterans pool after the next battle, so I will have some veterans coming, but I don't think I've ever been setting at 0 recruits. King, Lee, and Hill all have 35,000 supply, so I'm happy there. I don't need to adjust that. And then the Reserve Corps of the Purgatory for Albert Johnson for running away from the sunken road. He's down here with no troops and no supply. So the last thing I'm going to load up is because I don't like the names where they're like merge. I'm going to load where we are sitting at now as we get ready for the next battle. So it's coming up. So basically all that's happened here is I've just taken away the merged, and you can see King's Corps with 23,487 men, 128 guns. Lee's Corps with 25,014 men, 120 guns. Hill's Corps is at 18,958 men and 98 guns. I need to create an infantry division, and that will be coming when I get some recruits. I will build an infantry division here. One thing I did do is the North Carolina skirmishers that I had, they were just simply Army Mississippis. I disbanded them and added them to the two smaller brigades as veterans. They were veteran reinforcements that went in, so you can see I spent a little money getting them in, and that leaves me with one extra skirmisher regiment here, or skirmisher battalion, the 2nd Georgia, which will probably be the first unit assigned over here to the 4th Corps, unless I just keep it and work it into this next division that I built. And so with that is my rebuild for the Fredericksburg campaign. The first battle video that I will post will be down here at the Battle of Corinth, which is October the 3rd, and then we'll have the Battle of Prairie Grove. I find it interesting that the way the campaign is, that for the Fredericksburg campaign, you jump out here and fight 2 in the west, and then you come back to Fredericksburg. But that's the way it is, and so that's my rebuild. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to have that Battle of Corinth fought and posted here in the next couple of days. So thank you for watching.